Next, where we are going is if at all the organizations, if they don't have a digital adoption strategy in place, so when they are rolling out their internal apps for their employees or the consumer facing apps, what has been the impact on the ROI? So because that's the most important question to be answered and to be nailed down on, because at the end of the day, the digital systems are being, so be it the employee facing systems or be it the consumer customer facing systems, the goal is to ensure that the users are able to use the systems, and the investments are that are being made are being justified and made well use of. So Vivek, how you see the if you have seen in your past that if there was no adoption strategy in place while launching the system, how does that has evolved into a situation post go live for your thing? And then I will go to Ashish again.
So, Prasanna, the digital adoption strategy has to be in place because digital transformation projects are expensive, first of all, and they cost a lot of money, and especially technology talent is at a premium, as we all know. The challenge specifically comes if the adoption is not thought through. The entire investment that is put in the digital transformation does not bear fruit, because but then what I have seen is that it's always a risk, because with digital, how especially consumer facing digital applications, once you build something, you are still playing a gamble, because its customer behavior is very hard to predict, and certain things work, certain things do not work. Now, the way we have tried to mitigate the risk, so first of all, without adoption strategy, the entire ROI is at risk. But how do we mitigate the risk that because of the uncertainty of consumer behavior and how the adoption is going to happen? It's because what we have done is the way we built our technology is it has to be evolutionary. Now, digital applications, whether it's customer facing onboarding journeys, whether it's servicing portals, or any kind of, or even internal facing applications, unless we have the architecture and a strategy in place that we are able to constantly evolve the applications and the customer experience, we are going to that gets us into a significant amount of challenge. Now, because, for example, and to give an example, and it is not that just digital adoption, when we started our own marketplace, it was primarily to only offer the products for our group company. So if it is, you want a motor insurance or you want a health insurance, it will be from Bajaj Allianz. Or if you want a, a consumer durable loan, or if you want a personal loan, it will be from Bajaj Finance. Now, what we realize is that there is certain amount of effort it takes for customers to come on our platform and go through the effort of actually looking at a product and getting into a buy journey. And then they realize that what is being offered through our group companies is something either they do not like or they are not eligible for. So there is a significant loss of effort for us to bring the customers on the platform, and then it leads into drop-offs and significantly poor conversion. And that is the situation we were in. And that was primarily, for example, Bajaj Finance has a very stringent credit policy, and a lot of customers with a lower than credit profile would not qualify. And then they come and put the effort of putting in their details, going through the credit evaluation process, and we telling them, sorry, we can't offer you anything. Now it's a loss for them and it's loss for us. Now what we did is we moved away from that monoline architecture to an open architecture, where we said, instead of offering, say, loans from Bajaj Allianz, Bajaj Finance, we'll offer loans from various partners. And we invited a lot of partners to be part of our marketplace and enable their products onboarding onto our platform. And now we have more than 10, say, unsecured lending partners. Now what happens now is that when customers put in their demographic profile and we go through a credit evaluation process, we only show what they are eligible of. And there is always, with such a large number of partners, we are always able to customers offer multiple choices, not just single choice, multiple choices. And then we can tell them that, okay, X partner will give you say a loan of 5 lakhs at a certain amount of interest rate for a certain period. Y will give you a loan of say 8 lakhs with a certain amount and certain periods. And that gives customer a choice. And that has been our learning and our mantra, that our platform will be successful when customers is offered the choice and convenience to make it easy for them, and choices, give them choices, give them not just one but multiple things, and they can choose. Customers today are very well informed, they're intelligent, they are able to choose what best suits them. You don't tell them what you have to offer, you give them all options, and you let them choose. And that has increased quite a lot of our adoption, significantly increased our adoption. Now that pivot we had made was possible because of the kind of investment and in the architecture that we have made, that we could change the entire, pivot on our business strategy and change the entire customer experience, and integrate, bring in a lot of partners and integrate with them. Now without that investment and that thought process, that I am building this, but I have to plan for change and evolution, which is constant going forward. Without that, customer adoption challenge can't be mitigated. So that has been our experience in this space.
Ashish, I was asking you if you have you seen any significant improvements or the decrement when the users or the organizations, they don't have the digital adoption strategy when they roll out the systems from the internal employee facing applications per se?
Yeah, so to put your last question first, that you asked of Vivek, quantifying it is a very, very difficult thing to quantify, because the implications of it are multifarious. They including impact on experience, employee retention, and training, and all those other things that get wasted. Having a strategy is extremely critical. In fact, I can't think of any modern organization not having a digital transformation strategy in place. I don't think any budgets get approved without that. However, Vivek's point was very crucial. You need to be able to adapt. And that's why the way projects are implemented nowadays is in an agile fashion, as to as you're going, definitions change, requirements change, and you adapt to the changing environment. So yes, having a strategy in place is extremely important. It's a non-starter if you don't have one. Extremely difficult to quantify, but the returns, it depends on how they're defined in the strategy itself. So it'll be I'll leave it at that, I guess.